Tonight on the Tastemaster SA, it's the semi-final with only Kyle, Tando, Jay and Nwabile left in the competition. Bake more memories with Royal Baking Powder. Last week, the top 5 had to bake under extreme pressure, with only 2 hours to create a unique and innovative sweet pie or tart. With near disaster for some of the contestants, it was Jay who came out on top, and sadly, the end of the road for Sam.
I'm in the top 4. Whoop, whoop.
It's been a long journey to get here, but today I'm super chuffed to be in the top 4.
It gives me great assurance that even at my age, I am really skilled, and the knowledge that I have has helped me get this far.
I still need to pinch myself. I can't believe I've made it this far in the competition, but I'm so amped and I'm ready to tackle the day.
You are the top 4 contestants. You've been through many tough challenges and ups and downs, and I can truly say that each of you deserve to be here. Vandag is ons by The Kraal op Joostenberg Landgoed, waar hulle bekend is vir hulle lei Sondagmiddagetes met die gebruik van vars bestanddele om pragtige seisonale oestafels voor te sit. En dit is waar vandag se uitdaging gaan uitspeel. Is julle gereed?
Yes!
Let's head inside and see what they've prepared.
This place is totally my vibe. Beautiful fresh produce all around me, out in nature. It's beautiful.
Hey,
Wow.
welcome to the Kraal. Hi, Fritz. How are
Chef,
you?
well,
Good.
obviously you've all noticed it. This beautiful display has been created by the team at The Kraal, headed up by Chef Christophe Dehosse.
Originally from France, Christophe is classically trained and brings a wealth of experience to the judging panel. He combines his French finesse with passionate and abundant farm-style cooking.
I'm Christophe Dehosse. I'm a chef, and with my wife Susan, we run the Kraal restaurant on Joostenburg Farm. It's a harvest-table restaurant. We open only on weekend, and we serve fresh seasonal food, mainly coming from our garden and from producer around the farm. An harvest table is really about generosity and sharing. So I think it's always best to enjoy several people, 5, 6, 8, everybody just tucking it over a long lunch, a couple of glasses of wine, and life is beautiful. My conception of fine dining is about quality of food, and that you can extend it to any type of restaurant. We actually run several restaurants. In all of them, from the simple bistro to the Kraal to another restaurant which is more fine dining, it's always about quality of produce. Personally, I always favor taste. It needs to look beautiful. Balance of flavor is also important. If someone presents us with an harvest table which got a lot of diversity and is generous, I think they'll score a lot of points, as long as it's tasty.
Today, you'll be facing one of the most difficult challenges to date. Using this amazing venue as inspiration, you will be given 4 hours to create your very own harvest table.
This is really testing the limits. I'm pretty scared.
We want to see you get creative. We want to see you using the tools that you've acquired over this competition. But we have a few specific requirements. On your harvest table, we need to see 2 baked items, including a baked bread. The only equipment that you will have from the Tastemaster kitchen is a Samsung microwave and a Thermomix TM6. For everything else, you will use either open coal or wood-fired oven.
Cooking in a wood-fired oven, I don't know about that.
This is going to be a very intense challenge, and at the end of today, only 3 of you will be moving through to the finale. To get you inspired for this challenge, Chef Christophe will take us through what they've prepared for us here today.
All right, so for you today, we've made a selection of bread. We got some vegetable from the garden that we're going to serve as a crudité. We've also braised a shoulder of lamb, which come from our farm, some roast artichoke and carrot. So we've also made some blinis, and with it, we've had some wild leek that we've picked also in a garden, and baba Ghanoush and salmon trout pâté. Okay, guys, you can tuck in. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The first thing I'm tasting is the bread and the baba Ghanoush, and I'm tasting the char flavors in the baba Ghanoush. It's absolutely delicious, and the bread is cooked to perfection.
So the baba Ghanoush, we've put it on the fire. We want that smokiness. The same thing with blinis. We've also on a pan, on a fire.
These leek bellinis taste so good. I'm absolutely obsessed with leeks.
What's important for us is to get things which are seasonal. Like the artichokes is the first one from the season, the same thing with asparagus, and that's what we want to see. We want flavor, natural ingredient, and fresh.
What's standing out for me at the moment is the salmon trout and how the chef has prepared it. I feel I want to go this way with my harvest table.
Our leg of lamb, slowly cooked in the oven. You can see it's very, very tender. Once again, not too many ingredients. Let the produce talk.
I love this style of food. There are no airs and graces. It's flavor forward. I almost forgot that it's a competition.
So this is exactly what we're looking for today, guys. Keeping it simple, letting the ingredients be the heroes, and still create a beautiful setting as we've got here before us. But it's one item is missing here, and it's right on time.
Oh, wow.
I didn't think Zola was coming today, and then boom, she rocks up with dessert.
You didn't think I would miss the second last challenge, did you? Here you go.
As part of today's harvest table, you would not only need to present a baked bread, but also a dessert item.
Obviously, it's a baking competition. The only thing is, how?
You have the pantry available to you throughout the challenge. It also has some amazing ingredients directly from the farm, so that's exciting. You also have 30 minutes to plan, but before you get going, let's taste dessert.
Yay!
Fresh produce straight from the farm. I'm in my element. This is heaven for me. I need to get planning. I am thinking abundance with the harvest table. I'm thinking locally harvested ingredients. I'm going to go with the salmon trout. I was inspired by Chef Christophe, and I think I can put my own spin on it today.
I see the lamb and I see the aubergines, and automatically I thought Greek, and then I'm just gonna add a bit of who I am into the whole Mediterranean theme.
I'm thinking fresh, keeping a lot of things as fresh as I possibly can. I love my Asian flavors, so I'm thinking of doing some of the stuff inspired by Asian cuisine.
A harvest table is all about abundance and sharing, and my mind immediately goes to Middle Eastern flavors because it's something that we cook at home a lot, and it's always a huge spread of different items for us to share together.
Up next, the contestants face their toughest challenge yet. Who do you think will stand up to the task? Hashtag the Tastemaster SA. If you are feeling inspired by Christophe's harvest table, you stand a chance of winning a Le Creuset baking hamper. Plus, going into the draw for the grand viewer prize of the Thermomix TM6 Smart Connected Cooking Appliance. To enter, create a bake using royal baking powder. Take a pic of your creation with a product and reply to the competition posts on our social media pages using hashtag the Tastemaster SA. T's and C's apply. Who will rise to the occasion and make it through to the grand finale? Bake more memories with tried and trusted royal baking powder.
Contestants, this is the final elimination challenge of the Tastemaster.
Today, you are baking for a spot in the final.
But that's not all you're baking for. The contestants with the winning harvest table will also receive this: the Royal Baking Powder Outdoor Mastery Pin.
And as you will be creating beautiful pieces of art with your harvest table, the winner will also be walking away with a piece of art for your wall in a Samsung 55-inch 4K frame TV with 25,000
Wow. I told you. Oh my goodness, like this could not have been any more amazing.
Guys, listen, ne? We all know at this stage we are playing build an apartment, ne? So I need this TV.
Today is the final opportunity that you will have to play your special ingredient pins. So those of you who still have them, would you like to play them? Nobile, what would you like to use your pin for?
I would like to use my special ingredient pin for cured ox tongue.
Oh, cured ox tongue. Okay. Please bring your pin. Thank you. Would anyone else like to use their pin?
Kyle, what would you like to play your pin for?
I'd like to use my special ingredient pin for raw honeycomb.
Please bring your pin. Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right, guys, are you ready to bake more memories?
Woo-hoo! Your time starts in 3, 2, 1. Get baking!
I want to grab my veg and then my ingredients for my bread. Today I'm preparing an Asian-inspired harvest table. So I'm gonna go teriyaki lamb, I'm gonna have some fresh veg, aubergine with like a miso mayo. I've also got my dessert. I'm thinking of strawberry cake with the smoked chocolate mousse and some fresh macerated berries. And for my bread, I'm making a focaccia topped with grilled leeks.
The biggest challenge is that the pantry is all the way down there and we baking all the way up here. It's too much. Listen, I'm gonna get my whole step count in today.
I'm going to start with my brioche dough. So it's just eggs, my starter, a bit of butter. For my bread item, I'm doing a traditional baked brioche. And for my dessert, I'm doing a lemon pudding with guava anglaise. I'm slightly concerned about baking in the pizza oven, but could be a nice challenge. Brioche, it's a very rich dough. It's got a fair amount of butter, a lot of egg yolk. Needs to be handled with love and care.
So, Carl, what's inspired you to do a brioche?
It's something that I've always really enjoyed making. It's just like the lusciousness of it and the richness of the enriched dough. So
Nice.
I'm doing it today.
I need to know what you're doing with the num-nums.
Well, my plan is actually to caramelize them a little bit and serve it with some baked camembert and some baked brie. So it's actually going as part of my cheese component of my harvest table.
Oh.
Nice.
I've never baked in a pizza oven before, so I am a bit concerned. But the type of bread that I'm doing today requires quite a nice high heat.
For my harvest table, I'm going to be doing a Middle Eastern feast with an aubergine curry, a spicy rack of lamb on a bit of couscous. For the bread, I'm doing a manish. It's a Moroccan flatbread. You roll it out, you put some za'atar spice on top, let it rest for 20 minutes and into the oven.
Yeah, I'm starting with my flatbread because I need to set it aside so that it rests. Today I'm making a South African and Mediterranean infused harvest table, and I'm gonna make some risotto, some lamb, some roasted veggies. I'm making flatbread using raw baking powder and yogurt, and I'm gonna cook it in the pizza oven.
So, Tondo, what's inspiring you today?
So I enjoy Asian flavors. So I'm gonna use a few Asian flavors in my lamb, and I'm thinking making like a miso butter on my aubergine.
I see you got some starter dough. What you gonna do with it?
I've made focaccia. It's actually in the Thermomix kneading, which is so great, saving me time.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm gonna saute some leeks and have them bake on top of my focaccia.
I'm very interested in why you're French trimming the lamb when, you know, harvest table is rough and rustic and abundant.
I like to keep it cute.
To make my teriyaki sauce, I'm gonna throw some brown sugar with my soy sauce in a pot and have that reduced with chili, garlic, and ginger. Once that's nice and reduced, I'm gonna pour it over my French lamb bones and have that really marinate until they're ready to brine later.
30 minutes gone. Contestants, you now have 3.5 hours to go. Come on, guys.
My flatbread is resting, and I'm gonna start with my dips. I'm gonna make baba ghanoush, I'm gonna make hummus and tzatziki. Christophe had this delicious baba ghanoush in the harvest table, but I'm not gonna put mine in the open fire. I'm gonna put it in the pizza oven just to roast and get that charred flavor on it, and I'm gonna blend it in the Thermomix.
Nobile?
Yeah.
Hello. Wow. Okay. Am I disturbing you a little too much? Okay.
No.
You've got a lot going on. I can see the
Yes.
focus is on. You've got some stuff on the fire already.
Yes.
What is happening, and what is your inspiration for your harvest table?
My inspiration, so it's going to be a Greek-inspired harvest table with a touch of Zulu in it.
Oh, okay. A touch of Zulu. You chose ulwimo
Yes.
for one of your ingredients.
Yes, sustainability is a big part of the Greek culture as well as the Zulu culture. With the cow, we eat everything that's in it. So I saw the meze as a great idea to introduce sustainability.
I love it. The heat is on fire here at the kraal. I've taken my hat off to get a bit of a tan while we're cooking.
While my bread's proving, I get stuck into my curry. Immediately, I throw my aubergines onto the hot coals. I want to get a nice char onto them.
I don't want to do an injustice to the name of the actual dish, but it's sort of like a aubergine curry.
Okay.
So very similar to how you prepared your baba ghanoush. You roast them, get that nice char, and then you basically build your curry from that with some tomatoes and a whole lot of spices.
Very excited. And you know how I know you're leveling up, Jay? You've removed your hat for the first time.
Yeah.
For the first time ever.
It's game
Clearly,
on.
it's game time.
It's game time.
time.
There's no
Good
way
luck.
Today, I'm going to do a whipped feta and a red bean hummus. I anticipate that the curry is going to be quite spicy. So these two dips will balance nicely with the curry and also go well with the bread.
The conditions today are a bit harsh. It's really hot. It's windy at the same time. It's just too much.
With the dessert, Given that I'm going with an Asian theme, I'm okay with going a bit sideways with my dessert and making like a strawberry cake with a smoked chocolate mousse and some fresh macerated berries.
What I'm doing is a frangipani base for a lemon pudding. My lemon pudding, I want it to be really, really zesty, sweet at the same time, nice and saucy. Bake it in the oven and serve it with some fresh guava anglaise. Whoa, I haven't put my eggs in there.
I want to try and cook my flatbreads in the pizza oven. I want to get it over and done with, and if there's something wrong with it, I want to have time to make my bread again rather than doing it later. Other contestants are making elaborate breads, and I'm just playing it safe with the flatbread because with the pizza oven, things can go wrong very easily with the intensity of the heat.
I'm just scoring the fat on my lamb, and then I'm gonna put my spice rub on now. I'm gonna marinate the meat for most of the time. It only takes about 20 minutes to cook it to medium rare.
Things are looking good at the moment. I just need to keep track of my time because I've learned that in this competition, time can catch up with you very quickly.
Deelnemers, daar is 1 uur verby in hierdie uitdaging vandag, 3 ure oor.
Listen, I'm actually feeling the pressure today. We're about an hour in, the wind is picking up. You know, Cape Town, 4 seasons in one day. This is intense.
So I see you doing some baba ganoush.
Yes, I am.
You want it smooth?
Yes, I want it smooth.
You like it?
Yes.
Okay. You think it's going to taste as good as mine?
The pressure's high.
I'm making a miso mayo. Miso is a fermented like Asian paste, so I'm making a standard mayo and then adding the miso to the mayo, and then that will be my dip for my aubergines.
Something's missing.
What did you put mustard in there?
Miso.
Miso.
More.
I think more.
I'm tasting it, and I'm tasting, and I'm tasting.
It's not wrong, but it's not right enough. You know, like, I wanted to like slap them with flavor.
That looks amazing, super gnarly. Can I have a peek what's under there?
Go for it.
Ooh. Ooh. That's pretty.
Yeah, so these are my flatbreads. I'm just gonna mix some oil with some sesame seeds, dried oregano, some cumin, some dried coriander, some sumac, just for a bit of lemony notes coming through.
That's gonna make a delicious flatbread.
I hope so,
Play
yeah.
well with this dish.
I'm actually ready to put them in the oven. I've never cooked in a pizza oven before, so here goes nothing.
What's happening here? What are you making? That looks beautiful.
That looks delicious.
my lemon almond pudding.
So, are those just plain lemons, or have you done something to them?
No, they're plain lemons, and I'm going to bake it in the oven and get a nice caramel color on top of them.
I love a bit of lemon pudding, but that is just lemon.
What do you have going on here?
This is my proven
Brioche dough.
dough.
Wow, that's rising beautifully.
So, what are we dipping it into?
Baba ganoush dip, and I'm going to set that with my camembert and my brie as well.
You know, it's the second last challenge for the Taste Master, an elimination challenge, but I feel like you're just taking it all in your stride. Any pressure today?
No, somewhat. Somewhat. I'm just keeping cool for now. But
Okay.
come back in half an hour.
This thing is black. I've never used a pizza oven before, and this clearly shows it. First attempt burnt, but I've got 2 more that I can still salvage.
Lesson learned, pizza ovens are hot and you have to be careful.
I see Jay's burnt bread come out before I'm about to put my bread in, and I take that as a clear warning. Watch your bread, girl.
Is this coleslaw happening?
Slaw, yeah, I can't decide if I want it to be a slaw or if I want it to be a fritter.
Well, let me just throw this out there. Yeah. I've never met a slaw that I didn't like. Just saying.
We are going to do a slaw.
I'm just boiling some maize rice because I want to make some risotto. We're 1 challenge away from the finals, and today I want to cook from the heart, and I'll make a risotto because it's a family favorite. It's something that we make all the time at home, especially during family gatherings. So I want it to be part of my harvest table.
How crazy is this wind, friend?
Okay, go, 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 go. Listen, sir, you're doing too much. I said I wanted TV.
Thank you.
My curry's in a pot on the fire. I'm going to just leave it there to simmer and reduce.
So I've got some great seasonal veg. I've got some waterblommetjies that are endemic to the Western Cape, you know, and I've got some artichokes. So I'm just going to roast these.
I'm on to my second attempt. It's looking good. This oven over here is not as hot, so I'm hoping it will cook much better.
Today, this challenge is extremely difficult because part of getting a successful harvest table is multitasking. And because I'm busy babysitting my bread, I have no chance of doing anything else at this moment.
We're halfway through, everybody. 2 hours to go.
Come on, everybody! It's getting hot out here. Let's go, let's go.
4 hours today. It's a lot of time, but it's running out really quickly, so I need to really get moving.
Up next, it's the heat of the day and the clock is ticking. Will the top 4 complete their harvest tables to perfection?
Kyle, how are you doing for time?
I still have quite a few things to do, but
Yep.
if I work quickly, I should be all right.
And baking components?
I'm
Where
putting my breads and my pudding in the oven in the next 10 minutes.
I'm making a short crust for my tart. For my dessert, I'm making a roasted grape and mascarpone tarts. I was inspired by the fact that we're at the farm and grapes are such a fun element in desserts. The first thing I need to do is to blind bake my pastry, and I line it with some baking paper and I put it in the pizza oven.
They burnt. Listen, I can just call these charred. Charred strawberries. I'm supposed to be making a strawberry puree for my cake. Ah, no, that's flavor.
I take my cooked strawberries and I throw them into the Thermomix to puree them. I'm going to use that same puree to then bake my cake.
Now that's what manish is supposed to look like.
How's it going?
I'm just a bit stressed about time.
And your aubergine, you're going to serve them whole like this, girl?
Yes.
Make sure your skin is well cooked, huh? Undercooked aubergine is not nice.
I have some extra dough on my bench and I want to incorporate different styles of bread, just like Chef Christophe. So I shape the second batch as a sort of baguette shape and I leave them to prove and hopefully they turn out great.
So I'm busy caramelizing my pears with a bit of sugar stock, and I've found some of these num-nums. I used to eat them as a kid, used to like run, get them off the edges, and it's a very tart, kind of plummy flavor, like a sour plum, yeah.
My bread's in the oven and I'm watching it like a hawk. I'm opening slightly, closing, trying to get it to bake, moving it around in the oven. It's too much.
I really want to hero some of the fresh produce from the farm. So I'm literally making this couscous salad with mostly raw vegetables.
Mobile?
Yes?
Beautiful. You're using the Chenin Blanc?
Yes, I'm going to add the wine to my risotto. So I'm going to make a leek and pea risotto.
How are you feeling about the time? What's the plan for the rest of the time?
I'm a bit concerned about time, but at least I have my meze platter already done and I'm just sorting out my other components.
I've decided I'm baking smaller individual loaves instead of one big loaf. It's just going to lend itself well to the oven in terms of the heat and play it a bit safer.
It's 150. Are you sure?
Into the pizza oven, there you go.
I'm winging this cake. We all know flour, butter, eggs, royal baking powder, and some milk usually goes into a cake. So I'm just gonna gooi and see what happens. So wish me luck.
Oh my word, the baking paper that I used to line my tart is burnt. Like, I should have thought about this. I can't use baking paper in a pizza oven. And on my tart, edges are burnt. I think I have to start again.
Anything in here? Kyle. Kyle. It's 300 degrees in here.
I thought it was 200.
Come quickly. They're burning, dude.
Oh my word, my brioche buns, the tops are completely dark. I'm gutted.
Get something on top of it so it doesn't take any heat from the top, so it's not going to char anymore.
Some tinfoil.
Tinfoil. Tinfoil?
I really don't know what's going on at this point. They're really dark on the top. Are they raw in the bottom? I don't know.
I'm gonna keep my broccoli fresh. I'm just gonna quickly blanch it and then straight onto the fire and get that nice charriness with the fresh ginger vinaigrette, and we're good to go.
It's very important to have a variety of colors and veggies on the plate. The more the color, the more the nutrients, and the fresher the food is, the better.
Contestants, 1 hour to go. You're entering your final hour. Come on, guys, it's crunch time.
Are you baking another little breadstick here? What's happening?
So this is actually forming part of my dessert. It's called mancha, which is it's actually a Moroccan dessert where you make an almond paste, wrap it in phyllo, and you actually snake it in a pan. If the phyllo paste is just too dry.
I try and coil my cake into the pan. It's crumbling, it's dry, pieces are falling onto the floor.
I don't know if I should start this again.
I'm flustered. I don't think that I can do this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go again. This is definitely gonna set me back.
I kick into 5th gear and I'm going to do this again and I'm going to do it right.
I'm starting my tart base from scratch, but it needs to chill for 30 minutes before I bake it. Time is starting to catch up with me and I'm worried.
Okay, this is a disaster.
This is the second item that I've managed to burn and it's not looking good. I'm so disappointed. At this stage of the competition, the standard is high. This might count against me today.
I've opened up the door. I'm checking out my lemon pudding. The tin foil has been taken off. It is black. Thankfully, I have some extra mixture. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recreate that pudding again, but in a smaller dish.
This tart is missing my life because I still have to fry my halloumi and get my meat done, but I can't focus on what I need to do because I'm busy stressing about the tart.
Time is severely running out. I need to go set up my harvest table.
I'm glad to see you cooking the fat nicely. It's very important to render fat. It's delicious when it's cooked, but when it's raw,
Yeah.
it's not nice. Yeah.
Somehow I've earned the title as the bride queen, but also that puts so much pressure for me to make sure that the meat is perfectly cooked so we are here the whole time.
Is this your final component?
No, I'm gonna try and multitask in the last few minutes and try and get another dip out.
Oh, okay.
And possibly a crepe.
Wow.
Yeah. It's everything to play for today.
Exactly.
I want to get to the final.
Right? You
Yeah.
want the Taste Master title.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Contestants, 30 minutes to go.
It's chaos. The wind is blowing. The pizza ovens are full, but I need to sear my meat. So I just put it in the hot fire. I need to make sure that I fully render the fat so that the eating experience is pleasant.
Okay, but we must keep an eye on it, Nobile, because this is fierce heat. Okay, chef, we've hit a stage of pandemonium. 30 minutes to go. Suddenly they realize that time is of the essence.
Yeah, it seems like they never had 4 hours to begin.
I know. They do this to us every time. The last 30 minutes.
The ovens are full, everybody's jamming their last things in there, the heat is intense.
There's a lot happening. I just hope they finish.
I'm usually calm in the kitchen, but today I'm visibly panicking.
I'm spinning out of control. A few elements haven't worked today, and I'm just really concerned that I'm not going to have enough on the table at the end of this.
At first, I had things under control, but I had setbacks, and this last hour is becoming a nightmare.
Oh, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff in that oven that I think they're both struggling.
Only half of my tart is getting cooked, so now I need more time, and there's actually no time.
I'm just worried about the doneness in the middle, but I think if I don't have time, I'm gonna have to cut them.
I haven't finished all of my elements, and I'm realizing that I still have to style and plate my harvest table. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Contestants, we are entering the final 15 minutes.
Come on, everybody! Last 15!
I'm busy plating and setting up on my station. I've cleaned my station and just, having fun here. And then Jay reminds me that there's a whole harvest table down there that we have to go put our stuff on. I'm like,
As much as I'm dealing with a lot of chaos, I need to start plating my harvest table. This is just way too much for me to handle now.
To finish my roasted vegetables, I'm going to shape some parmesan over the top and then sprinkle some parma ham around.
The last element I need is my roasted grapes. I've left them until the last minute because I want them to be fully roasted, pop up. I want all that juice to provide flavor for my dessert.
Contestant, 10 minutes left.
10 minutes! Let's go, let's go!
I'm going home, that's for sure.
This has been a very stressful, very chaotic 4 hours. Things going right, things going wrong. I just need to make sure everything just comes together at the end of the day.
I don't have time to cool the tart base, so I'm just going to do a deconstructed version of it just to make sure that I have all the elements there.
I am a mess. I'm running back and forth. I'm not a food stylist, and I'm definitely not good at putting things together on a table. There is no time to make it look pretty today.
1 minute left, guys.
I don't know what's going on. I don't even have time to test this pudding.
Yo, Mengfiga, like my grapes are not as roasted as I'd wanted them to. None of the grapes have popped. There's no juice to flavor my dessert.
20 seconds.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, everybody!
Time's up. I look over at my veggies and I've forgotten to put on the Parma ham. How can I do this, Carl?
Yo, that was the longest 4 hours of my life.
It was, yeah, legit one of the worst days in the kitchen for me.
Well done, everybody! Your harvest tables are complete!
Well done, guys. Proud of you. Well done.
Ooh, a race to the finish line.
Definitely. And our art.
Is your heart thing okay?
I'll survive.
Our hearts are used to this pressure now.
Not every day for me.
Not an easy challenge. I think fitting for the time this time in the competition. So,
Absolutely.
And I'm stoked to try these dishes. They look absolutely amazing.
Up next, after a nail-biting finish, whose harvest table will wow the judges? Let us know using #TheTastemasterSA. Elevate your bakes to the next level with the Tastemaster SA and tried and trusted Royal Baking Powder.
Jay, your Middle Eastern harvest table looks spectacular. It looks rough and rustic and very inviting.
So today I did a harissa spiced lamb rack on a bit of couscous, an aubergine curry, manish with 2 different dips, and of course a snake cake.
This is definitely me on a table. The colors, the aromas, and I hope that the judges enjoy it.
It works fantastically well together. Flavor-wise, everything to me is spot on.
The bread is lovely and fluffy, but it's got a beautiful crust. The spicy flavor that you popped on top there goes so well with this whipped feta, just everything, spicy deliciousness.
I will maybe just have a bit of reserve on the couscous. I will have a bit more seasoning onto it. Otherwise, very impressive.
It feels so good to receive such good feedback from the judges, so I'm super proud.
Jay, that is a delicious ending to a wonderful harvest table. It's not too sweet. It's got lovely texture from those almonds that you put in there. Do we fault you for not making your pastry? Because this is one of the main elements. So yeah, we'll have to see.
The citrus really lifts the almond, so you get a delicious almond flavor without being too cloyy. It's really delicious.
I think that Zola's comment on the phyllo pastry is fair. However, I don't think that it would have been possible to create phyllo pastry in the time that was given to us today. But it looked good, it tasted delicious, and I'm hoping that that's enough to get me through today.
I've decided to go with an Asian theme, so I've got teriyaki lamb, I've got an Asian slaw with the dressing, I've got some tender stem broccoli, I've got some focaccia and aubergine with miso mayo, as well as my dessert, which is a strawberry cake with macerated strawberries and a smoked white chocolate mousse.
Well, those flavors sound like it could work very well. I'm specifically excited about the lamb and the flavors that I'm getting. I think there's synergy here.
The competition is so tight and everyone is actually amazing. So you could go home on the smallest thing. I just hope there's no small thing that could have everything crumbling.
I like the spread. I like the freshness of your vegetable. I miss a bit of flavor, a bit of kick everywhere. I would have liked the bread slightly more cooked, but otherwise very good.
A delicious flavor to that bread.
Yeah.
To the actual bread. I rate you highly as a meat cooker. My choppy that I had was so well cooked and good flavor. So I think all in all, well done.
Loved your teriyaki. I think I commend you for making your own from scratch. I think that's wonderful. Loved the miso flavor, but like Chef said, I think you could up the flavor. A lot more miso would have been amazing with the aubergine because it needs, you know, something to lift it. I still haven't made a coleslaw that I didn't like. I really enjoyed your coleslaw.
I'm so glad I made the slaw and not the fritters because Zola still loves slaw.
I'm a little confused how this fits into your Asian-inspired menu. I also am not a fan of the artificial smoke. I think it overpowers everything. I can't taste the strawberry, I can't taste the white chocolate. All I taste is this very harsh, smoky flavor. Lovely and light though. The sponge, it was well baked in those ovens, so kudos to that.
It's pleasant, but we can't say like, is it incredible?
Could this dessert be something that sends me home because it's a main judging criteria?
So today was very tough for you, especially that last moments. I mean, you were truly spinning. How are you feeling?
I'm glad that everything that I wanted to have is actually here. I've got a fusion of like Mediterranean and, you know, Zulu vibes going on. So I've got a meze, a lamb rack with veggies, maize-styled risotto. And for dessert, I have a mascarpone and roasted grape tart.
Nqobile, you played your pin today and you played it to get ulimi. So what did you do with the tongue?
The tongue is cured and I just drizzled a vinaigrette on top of it. It's the vinaigrette that I use to pickle the cucumbers so that the flavors are blending. I've made peace with my dessert, but I'm hoping that my other elements save me and I'm very confident with them, especially the risotto. I know it's packed with flavor.
The highlight was this mealy rice risotto. I thought it was really, really delicious and tasty and something that, you know, we all grew up eating, reimagined. So I thought that was a really great way to put your culture, but in a different way.
I felt like the fat wasn't properly rendered on the lamb. Meze platter, fun idea. Harvest table makes me think of abundance and multiple components. So I thought maybe a bit simple, even though pizzas were good.
The risotto, spectacular, really spot on. The tongue, it's nice, I like it, but you haven't done really much to it. The baba ghanoush is nice. You know, the halloumi grilled, okay, it's nice, but it's not really the same thing. You haven't done much to it to really change it. I wanted a bit more from it.
Tell me about the baked component of your dessert.
Yes, I made the tart crust and then the first one got burnt and the second one took long to cook. At the end, I couldn't put the mascarpone on a hot crust, so I ended up doing a deconstructed version of it.
Okay.
I think under the circumstances, I did my best. Half the time, I had a really great time, and then the other half was just chaos.
The dough is undercooked, so you don't have a crispiness to it. I would have liked a little bit more flavor in your mascarpone.
Balance is key. For me, there was none, but the grape was very fun.
I think that, you know, we have to congratulate you for thinking on your feet and making a deconstructed tart and rethinking your entire idea, because you put forward a dessert that actually looked really exciting. Great effort. Thank you.
Looking at my table, I'm really happy. I should be so proud of myself, considering all the challenges I faced today. I've done well, and my table is so beautiful.
All right, Carl, what have you done for us?
Chef, today I've done camembert cheese with my raw honey and my kumquats. And over here I've got a brie cheese with my pears and my num-nums. And on this side I've got my brioche breads. And my salad is asparagus with nachi and garden peas, goat's cheese and radisho. And baba ghanoush dip, some marinated olives, some carrot crudités. And over here, this dish is roast garlic and roast artichokes and roast waterblommetjies. And then I've got trout fish with blackened lemon and sirkies and a lemon creme fraiche on top. And then my dressings are, it's a buchu dressing and a citrus dressing as well.
And dessert?
And my dessert is a lemon pudding with guava anglaise.
Wow, Carl, did you have the same 4 hours as everyone else?
And the honeycomb was the pin that you played
Yes,
today?
I really wanted to try honeycomb out, yeah.
It was quite brave to do a brioche in a wood-burning oven.
Oh, I'm so excited. They're tasting everything, bits and pieces. Zola looks happy, Fritz looks happy. Like, they're really enjoying my table. I can see their faces that they are.
So many components, but so much intrigue. The fish I thought was cooked perfectly. The flavors of this by itself, excellent. This salad combination with the goat's cheese and that little bit of chili, very good.
There's a good balance with the acidity, like the num-num bring really that freshness into it. It cut the pear, it doesn't make it too cloyy. The waterblommetjies were a bit too char, make them a bit dry and bitter. Then the same thing with artichoke, but nice chunky baba ghanoush, which was really tasty.
the brioche. No burnt flavor at all, so well done. It was a little bit crumbly, a little bit cakey, not quite, you know, brioche, pillowy texture that we expect, but what a risk that you took, and I think that you did a really great job.
It's dessert time, and all I'm thinking is, please just let this dessert be okay. Let it get me through.
I really love the lemon flavor. I thought maybe, you know, the lemon slices would be a bit too much, but actually I love that zing, that freshness, and it's a great way to end this entire harvest table. You want that fresh flavor. It did catch on the bottom a little bit, so a little bit of burnt parts, but the crust around the outside, that crunch that you get from that, delicious. I was super excited about the guava anglaise. Not enough guava for me.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, because when you taste it by itself, it's actually very magical. I mean, that guava is just so elegant, but in the dish, you miss it completely.
I think often with pudding, when we end up to be the last thing we eat, it is very difficult to surprise you. And you've done it because it's fresh. It's like, oh, I want more.
It's a pity about the guava, but I really do think I've done enough here today to make it through.
Guys, thank you for a fantastic day. I really enjoy the food. Fantastic tasting. But I have to go back to work now, so I leave you with a hard decision.
A busy chef you are. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Christophe.
Bye-bye.
Right, I guess it's just you and me.
Shoo, Zola, and somebody's got to go home.
Today was really such a big challenge, and I'm exhausted.
My bread is not perfect. My dessert is an absolute disaster. At this point, I think I could be going home.
Up next, with only 3 spots in the grand finale, who will be going home? Hashtag the Tastemaster SA. Making it through to the finale gets them closer to the Tastemaster title, and along with it, incredible prizes worth more than 90,000 Rand. Including state-of-the-art Samsung home and kitchen appliances like a 90cm 5-gas burner with triple flame wok plate, as well as a Thermomix TM6 smart connected cooker, plus Le Creuset kitchen accessories. Bake more memories with a Tastemaster SA and Royal Baking Powder.
Contestants, today the challenge was to create a beautiful harvest table with 2 baked items, and I want to take a moment just to congratulate you. You treated us to an absolute seasonal feast. Well done.
Well done, ladies.
So I have the honor of announcing who today's top baker was. There were 2 harvest tables that really stood out to us. Jay, Kyle, you both blew us away with your tables. Jay, we really enjoyed the flavors that you put together. We thought that it was a very cohesive table. Everything went well together. Your bread was exceptional as well, so thank you. Kyle, we thought yours was so beautiful and abundant. Loved your use of seasonal and indigenous ingredients. You also blew us away. But there can only be one winner of the Royal Baking Powder Outdoor Mastery Pin. And the winner is Kyle.
Thank you, Zola. Thank you for this. Oh man, I can't believe I won. This is so awesome.
I'm genuinely disappointed. Like, I really challenged myself today. But you know what? This is Tastemaster South Africa. Kyle did a better job today, so I'm so proud of him.
And along with that, Kyle, obviously, you are going home with a brand new 55-inch Samsung Frame TV. Congratulations.
This has been such a journey today. I just cannot believe I won this prize. I really thought I might get kicked off the show today, but here I am with the Samsung Frame TV. This is wonderful news.
And now for the very hard part of this very beautiful competition. Ladies, we felt today that your desserts had let you down. Mobile, your tart base lacked flavor, it was underbaked. Your mascarpone lacked vanilla, which had the potential to make it something special. It was not good at all. Thando, your choice had no cohesion with the rest of your table. There was no synergy. It was uninspiring. However, you showed a lot of tenacity today, both of you. It was a great effort, a valued effort.
At this point, I don't know who's going home. Both of them had really amazing components. Both of them struggled with their desserts. So I think this is anyone's game.
It sucks, but which sugar baby will it be?
The next person to go home is Mobile.
No, it's okay, don't cry.
You are an absolutely shining star. It was an absolute privilege and pleasure to be around you, to get to meet you. You inspire me, you make me seriously excited about the future of this country. Thank you.
Thank you, Nqobile. We'll miss you.
Today, it just wasn't my day. I made it to the semi-finals as young as I am, so I'm very proud of myself.
To the remaining three of you, we'll see you in the Taste Master final.
The final. I can't believe that I've made it this far. Whatever comes my way, I'm ready to take on that challenge.
This is what we came here to do. I'm really excited. Bring it on.
Now we're here, let's go get it.
Next Friday, get ready for the grand finale as Kyle, Tando and Jay are put through the most demanding challenge in the competition. At the end of it all, only one will be crowned the Taste Master SA.
Another feel-good production.